My name is Robert Berrio. A warm welcome to my channel. My YouTube channel was hacked and I had a hell of a week. Today I'm going to explain how it happened, how I managed to restore my channel, and what lessons I learned from it. It all started on April 6, 2023, when I received a threatening email supposedly from YouTube. A company called WMG had complained that one of my videos had appropriated its copyright. An investigation was underway, and if the decision was that I was at fault, my channel would receive a strike, and it said that if I accumulate 3 strikes, my whole channel would be deleted forever. It was about one video in particular, the one about the electric bike fires. To see the full report, I had to click on the link, and without thinking, I stupidly clicked on the link. And I didn't realize it then, but that's what opened the door to the hacker. In that video, to illustrate the violence of a lithium battery fire, I had borrowed 3 or 4 video clips from other channels. I wondered if one of those scenes could have been the source of the accusation against me. I had made an English and a French version, and it was a French one that was being targeted. I was afraid they would find out that my English video had the same borrowed scenes, so I deleted both videos. I then redid them without the fire scenes, and then republished them 6 days after the threatening email. Then it was silence from YouTube. But 3 days later, on April 12th, around 8:30 a.m., when I tried to open my Gmail, after inserting my password, a message appeared saying that the password had been changed 2 hours ago, so around 6:30 a.m., when I was still in bed. My heart rate went up. I clicked forgot my password to get to creating a new one. But instead of the offer to create a new password, a box appeared with a request to send my USB security key. I had no idea what a USB security key was. All I knew is that I didn't have one. I then clicked Try Another Way to be asked for my 8-digit backup code. Have you ever heard of this? I had never heard of an 8-digit backup code. All I knew is that I didn't have one. Then I tried something else, and I got a message saying, "We have sent a recovery code number to your address." My heart sank. The hacker had changed my recovery address to the address that I was unable to access. I found myself completely locked out of my account. I already had a full schedule that day, but between appointments I tried contacting Google without success. And that evening, around 9 p.m., disaster struck. My daughter tells me that she wanted to show one of my videos to a friend, but that my YouTube channel had disappeared completely. As you can imagine, after 6 years of work and after having created more than 200 videos, the idea of losing it all hit me like a ton of bricks. For the next 2 days, I was trying to figure out how to get in contact with Google. But what helped me was watching videos of YouTube creators talking about their own experience of being hacked. I learned from them that in order to recover a hacked channel, you have to reach YouTube on their Twitter account with @TeamYouTube. The problem was that I had no experience with Twitter. I had opened an account a few years before, but I didn't know how to navigate the platform. I did manage to write a tweet saying that my channel had been hacked and asking Team YouTube to help me recover it. Then I waited for a response, and I waited all day. The next day, April 16th, I tried to find my tweet and I couldn't find it. I still had no response from Team YouTube. Maybe the reason I didn't get a reply was that I didn't succeed in sending my message, so I wrote another one. I remember that someone I know is very familiar with the Twitter platform. I'm part of the Canadian Population Institute, which has a social media presence, including Twitter. She is the lady who manages the account for the organization. I called her and asked her for help. She showed me how to navigate the platform and how to track my tweets. That helped me find the 2 posts I had made the day before, and soon after I got a message from Team YouTube. They said they were sorry for what happened to me and that they would do their best to restore my channel. That took my stress level down a notch, but the battle wasn't over. Team YouTube told me they would continue communicating via DM. I had no idea what a DM was. I called the lady back and she explains that it's a direct messaging. It's like texting, but privately, directly between Team YouTube and myself. In order to get my channel back, YouTube had to be absolutely sure that they were dealing with the right person. To do this, YouTube had to send me a form to fill out, which contained identification questions. But to obtain the question form, I must send them the ID number of my channel. I didn't know my channel had an ID number. I learned that the channel ID number is like a customer number. But having never needed my channel number, I never bothered to look for it. If YouTube sent me a monthly invoice, I would see my channel number, but that isn't the case. To find the channel number, you have to dig for it. And it's important to record that number in case the channel ever gets hacked. I thought of a solution that might convince Team YouTube. I have a second channel that I created the first year of the pandemic called Robert Questions COVID. Through a long process I won't go into, I found the number of that channel. I asked YouTube if I could use the ID number of that channel, and they agreed. To continue the process, I had to provide them with a valid Gmail address. Unfortunately, my Gmail address wasn't working, or I didn't have access to it, but fortunately, my wife had created the Gmail account long time ago. Team YouTube allowed me to use her address. It was bedtime, so I needed to rest. The next day, April 17th, I had to get that question form. I had to open my wife's email, then go online to the Google website, and click on the link in the Recover Your Account page. But it didn't work. I tried for hours. Finally, I asked my son for help. He discovered that the email was open in the Chrome browser, but the website was open in the Microsoft Edge browser. He had the bright idea to open the email and the website with Chrome, and by magic, the form appeared. There were several very specific questions to answer. I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just say that it took me all day to do it. If you are a YouTube creator and you'd like to know the questions, I've summarized them in the description. Finally, I was able to submit the form. And a few hours later, around 6 p.m., I got the good news that my Gmail account had been restored and that Team YouTube was still working on restoring my video channel. And it was the next day, around April 18th at 11 o'clock in the morning, that Team YouTube wrote to me to tell me that my channel was now restored. What a huge relief. What a joy. They told me that they had removed videos that the hacker had put on my channel, which violated YouTube's community standards. When I opened my channel, I saw that the hacker had changed the name of the channel to the name of an American company called MicroStrategy and had borrowed its logo. When I got access to my Gmail, I saw that the hacker had published several messages from Russia, so I presume he comes from Russia. He had not deleted my videos, but had converted them all to private mode, so they were still there, but not visible to the public. I had to spend the rest of the day putting back my 202 videos back into public mode, reinserting my photo and my channel name, and changing back several settings that the hacker had changed. Other YouTubers who had the same experience as me say that the hacker had even changed the content of some of their videos. One of the YouTubers had received the same threatening message that I got, which convinced him that it was from YouTube, accusing him of violating the copyright of a plaintiff. He showed a screenshot of the menacing email he had received supposedly from YouTube, and it's the very same format as a message that I fell for. Who could have been the author of this despicable behavior? I think it's probably intelligent young teenagers who don't have any purpose in life, but get a kick out of solving computer problems. Their objective may be simply to see if they can master the code to penetrate other people's accounts and exercise power over them. It's really a pity that we have in our society people who direct their talents at destruction instead of striving to improve our world. The fact that the hacker wasn't asking for a ransom wasn't reassuring because I was worried that he might come after our bank accounts and savings. I asked for advice from a computer expert that I know. He reassured me somewhat and gave me some security tips that I'll mention in a moment. The lessons that I've learned. First, although I already knew this, never ever click on a link in an email without checking that the sender's email address is what it should be. Even if it's a friend, check the address before clicking on a link in the email. Second, according to the advice from my computer expert, for any online account that includes our credit card number or bank account, make a strong password which is 15 to 16 characters long that include a mixture of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Third, to access our bank account, he says that we should set up the security settings for two-step authentication. But the two-step authentication should not be with secret answers because they could be spied on by the hacker. Instead, we should provide a phone number to receive a confirmation number. Fourth, always log out before leaving an online credit card account or bank account. Fifth, this is something I learned during this week of searching online. If you have a Google account, set up two-step verification. But as well, as a safety margin, you can ask for a series of 10 8-digit backup codes in case your phone is discharged or lost. The hacker caused me a lot of stress and stole a week of my life. And at my age, there aren't that many weeks ahead of me. In a way, though, it's my fault because I fell for the bait. I should have been wiser. But I suppose I can take comfort in knowing that I'm not alone. Many other YouTubers, most of them much smarter and younger than me, have made the same mistake. But for those who have built a following much larger than mine and who depend on the income for their livelihood and have it all taken away in an instant, I feel sorry for the unfairness of it. And I thank those who have posted videos about their experience because they were an enormous help. So I hope this video can be used to prevent such misfortunes to potential victims. Thank you for listening to me. Until the next video.